Let's go to Oliver in Lewisham. Oliver, good evening.
Good evening, Daniel. Thank you for taking my call. It's a quick case and we'll get through it. So I took out a mobile phone on a contract from a well-known provider last year, made every payment on time in full, and then paid it off before the end of last year just to get it out of the way. They've now come to me this year saying that I owe them around £40 or £50, give or take, that apparently I didn't pay out. Although I went on the app and I made a manual payment and it said it was cleared. They sent me a letter saying that the device is fully paid off, the agreement's come to an end, etc. They basically said that they can't find my details on the system because I'm no longer with them. I moved to provider, and that I will have to wait to speak to a credit, I believe it's a credit collection agency, to deal with the situation. So I guess my question to you is, what are my rights? Can I make a claim for compensation? I've tried to complain to them about it, but their consistent answer is we can't find your details on the system, and that's why we can't deal with it.
What a bunch of absolute idiots, Oliver. I mean, seriously.
That was my thought exactly.
Yeah. Why companies behave like this, I just don't know. The person on the end of the phone should have the authority to say, OK, we'll just write off this 40 quid. Because clearly they can get enough of your details to send you threatening letters and make threatening phone calls.
Oh, exactly.
They don't seem to have a problem with that, do they?
No, not at all.
OK, so here's what to do. First of all, don't pay it. If you're satisfied you've paid the money, don't pay anymore, unless you just want to get rid of it. Sometimes in life, some problems can be solved with money, and somebody chasing you for 40 quid can be solved with money by paying them 40 quid. If you can afford it, that might be the least hassly thing to do, dare I say. But the answer to your question is there are two organisations I would approach. Number one is the Communications Ombudsman.
Okay.
Number two is an organisation called the Communications and Internet Services Adjudication Scheme, which is a free scheme that provides adjudication services with communications companies. And both of these services are free for consumers and are approved by Ofcom.
Okay, perfect. And then do I then have myself in a position where I can make a claim for compensation?
No, you can't. You can't claim
behaviour.
No, you can't. There's no legal claim you can bring for compensation because someone's wrongly chased you for money, I'm afraid. I can see why you might want that and why you might think that, but the courts won't give compensation for that sort of thing because otherwise every single person who wins a claim will want compensation for being pursued.
So what position would I be in if they then pass
You said this was short, Oliver.
Agency?
You said this was a short
Sorry,
call.
I tried to be, but so if they pass it to a debt collection agency, that then sort of makes it less simple, doesn't it?
Well, you just tell the debt collection agency that the debt is disputed and that they have to sue, and they probably won't over that small amount of money. And you send the debt collection agency the correspondence showing it's been paid, and you will face the same level of idiocy at the debt collection agency as you will from the telecommunications company, I'm afraid.